more than enough capacity to service the world's busiest terminal. Claude can see his project starting to take shape.
It seems to go slow in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it just starts to come right together. It starts to congeal and come right up.
But Claude's confidence is about to be dented. The excavation of the new fuel line trench has been halted. The work crew have hit an uncharted obstruction. He consults his plan of the old TWA site.
We've got an underground duct. We believe it's one of the abandoned ducts here, shown in yellow. I'm 99% sure that is this duct right here.
He's not waiting for the hazards team, he's taking the direct approach.
He's going to hit it a little bit just to break the edge to see if there's any asbestos.
It may be crude, but it confirms Claude's worst fears.
I wouldn't go near it with the bar yet. Oh, now I'm going to alert everybody that we have asbestos over here. Can't do anything with it now. Just dig around it. Right now, he's going to have to come to a stop. He'll have to dress up the trench, get it ready. I'll get the asbestos workers out here. Well, I figure this is going to put him back a day.
But there's even worse news on the radar. Hurricane Ernesto is moving up from the south. It's running out of steam, but the tail end may hit New York City. The weather guys were right. Ernesto has lost much of its punch, but it still batters New York with a combination punch of high winds and torrential rain. The storm lashes JFK. The workforce struggle on, but they're losing this battle. The construction site is rapidly turning into a flood zone. It's one of Claude's worst nightmares.
This rain really hurts us when it starts to come down. And we stopped a lot of our work back up in that area there where the steel was. It's unsafe for steel workers to go in. And men jumping around and trying to put bolts in becomes very hazardous.
Heavy equipment lies idle as the site is drained of floodwater.
I'll bring a pump over. I'm going to try to pump this over to something else, okay? All right? Give me a chance. Give me a few minutes and I'll do it for you. We feel the effects of it days after. The water seems to lay here. We try to come up with different plans. We always have an A plan, a B plan, a C plan. Sometimes we lose out on all three of them. It's very frustrating. We know that we can't catch up.
All over the site, pumps are struggling to clear away the water. And it's not just a question of draining the site. The floodwater is potentially contaminated by the dangerous cocktail of chemicals lying in the ground. Every drop must be pumped through this water treatment plant. The plant is struggling to handle the huge volume of stormwater. Claude's determined to clear up his badly battered site and move ahead.
I want this area cleaned up. Real simple. Get all the debris out of there. He's got a ton of work in here. Let's clean up in here. This is not ready. This is not ready for concrete.
The T5 project is about to enter a crucial stage for both Claude and Mike. Claude has to get the steelworkers back on track. He's expecting a convoy of air handling units that have to be fitted on the terminal roof. The trucks will arrive tomorrow night. It's also make or break for Mike. JetBlue's vital summer schedule depends on the temporary terminal passing a stringent safety inspection.
Not exactly a perfect start.
The future success of JetBlue Airways depends on building the world's busiest terminal here at JFK International. Construction has been hit by the tail end of a hurricane. The site is flooded with contaminated rainwater. Claude Whiteack needs to get his guys back to work, but his schedule is going down the drain.
Now, what are we doing here? This is sitting idle. What are we doing to shake the tree on this? What are we doing to make this happen? I need to pour this slab, okay? So meanwhile, while these guys are getting their act together here, okay, we're still screwing around here. Yeah. No. Get Volpe and let's get this thing resolved right away.
The project is facing big problems, and it's time for the key players to stand up and be counted. Claude needs to get the steel team to finish the framework. A convoy of trucks is arriving on site, delivering 6 massive air handling units, which need to be fitted on top of the building. Mike Gunn has less than 24 hours to get the temporary terminal ready for a safety inspection. JetBlue stands to lose millions if it fails.
Is it a day's work, 2 days' work, do you think?
I would say at this point, maybe 2 days' work.
Is there anybody over there
No,
welding?
not at the moment. Not till tomorrow.
They're not coming today?
Not coming today. That's.
We said they would be here today.
There is some good news for Claude. The rain has stopped, so the steel workers can get back to work. Kevin Zinzer's team have reached a crucial moment. They have to erect the huge and heavy trusses that form the central section of the new terminal. The storm has hit Claude's schedule. He's relying on Kevin's team to get the whole job back on track.
But if we don't get it up, there's no work for anybody else. For the deckers, for the electricians, for the plumbers, for everybody. There's no work for anyone else if we don't get the steel up in time.
Once the trusses have been erected, the steel crew must move quickly onto laying the roof. The first set of air handling units need to be fitted as soon as possible. JetBlue's summer schedule starts in 2 days' time. Their current terminal is bursting at the seams. Tens of thousands of holidaymakers will be bussed over to the new temporary terminal. That's the theory. Any problems will start as soon as they get off the buses.
Due to the narrowness of the sidewalk down below, it looks like the operation will work better if we change this from being originally the entrance to the exit. But that means the signage is incorrect. We could have done without it.
Mike's putting on a brave face, but his schedule is going into freefall.
That one I'll throw in the trash.
The building won't open without a safety certificate, and the inspectors arrive tomorrow.
That's your foot. It should be okay.
The temporary terminal will handle 7,000 passengers a day through 7 gates. Debbie Asvaltas has less than 24 hours to make sure the new jet bridges are good to go.
The Port Authority's coming in at 8 o'clock to give us our inspection, our final inspection, and if we do get that, then they'll grant us the occupancy permit so we can use these.
Debbie's intent on going over the jet bridges with a fine-tooth comb.
You claim that these things do not rust.
Oh, they'll clean it off, prime it, touch it up.
I would hope so.
They're only on the first of 7 bridges.
Let's do 19 and then go that way.
At this rate, Roland may need to get a new notepad. Roland needs to keep up. Now she's checking out the interior. Mike Gunn's pushing his guys into battle, but it looks as though he's losing the war.
The ring on the one side. Well, there were 2 long ones I noticed. Bars sticking out low.
The center of the new terminal is ready for the next piece of Kevin Zinzer's steel jigsaw. It's the biggest section by far. His crew have to maneuver this massive 37